niggas are grinding for hours, I hear. Need me the figures, straight to the top. Just bitches and 9 to figures. I get the cheese with the gang. I made the major league with the gang. I made a podcast with the gang. Back on the 9-5 with the gang. I made the top 5 for the slaps. Tryna be top class with the stats. I couldn't make much in the past. I'm from the ground floor, pay respect. My heavy trucks getting more props. Body bagging what I'm known for. Whole gang from the ground floor. Do the most out in capped up. West side, top G's. More grind, more G's. Pay homage to my driving G's. Got the whole game getting coffee. Yeah, let's run up a milli. Shout at your freak, man, I promise I get it. Then niggas get, man, I'm back in the city. Back with the gang, now my niggas are leading.
Let's go.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of iPodcast 2. My name is JT Litzoalo, and yeah, man, yet another day.
What's up, everybody? 9 to 5 rapper, OFENTIC screw.
Dumelang kwa lapeng. Ke re ke tshentshanyana. Ke Ruksine. iPodcast 2. Welcome back.
Okay, yeah. Today, we're at a different spot, right?
Yeah.
Pilan is back. Manyane was kind enough to host us.
First of all, that's a big deal.
Bro!
Because I don't have to clean up. You know what I'm saying?
For once.
We are just going to live here. But it was a bad idea to put us by the pool because, first of all, I'm afraid
good, dog. We look good.
It looks good, but I feel unsafe the whole time. And somebody put us in the sun. Jay or Trey. This was your idea.
We good. Shit.
I don't know. No, actually, I come here in 2025. Way back.
JT. Nelefalla ka go phulunga wa ka di taxi le gombaza ke re. O thoma go bona side ya.
Ba rekile white na makwa.
Ka fa makhoweng.
Guys. Nasingile ka jola, guys. Singile ka jola, guys. Na ke tsamaya di date. You know. What?
So no sa Manyane because no sa no jola.
Ne ke tla ka you know, date, you know.
Okay, I'll give you that. Guys, like I said, last episode I said this podcast needs to start building communities, and we have the perfect guest for that. Phenyo, what's up, my G?
I'm good, son. And how are you?
I'm great.
Super.
Nobody's trying to hear what we are doing. Like nobody's trying to hear the truth that comes from podcasts. Nobody's trying to engage. You know, if you do an interview on TV, they're probably gonna put the narrative on. This is the only perfect place where the narrative is yours. We might agree on a lot of things, and we are definitely going to disagree on a lot of things. But the truth is, as long as it's you that's speaking your truth, we're good. I'm Frustan. Yeah. So, what do you do?
Well, Phenyo, I think Phenyo is an activist. I'll just say Phenyo is an activist who loves his hometown. And who want to see his hometown being the bright star that it used to be. Yeah, in short, that's who I am.
Bright star. What's the promised land? Like, what do you mean? Or are we not where we supposed to be?
Like he was saying, he was asking when last were you here? I know Mogwase from back then, being born, bred and buttered here. I know Mogwase at a different form. Now Mogwase is now a shade of it for myself. And when I say bright star, is not a bright star that we think or anticipate it to be, but we're speaking of what it used to be. Now we want to revive Mogwase to be what it used to be going forward. Yeah.
Okay. I have one more question. Is it
Why are you saying one more like it's your last question?
Okay. We have to talk.
All right. Change is something that we actually are scared of. All of us as human beings. I feel like we are. So don't you think that it's the change that we are right now? Like, don't you think that we need to be the way we are right now And when as a person, you don't understand the change. As an activist, you don't understand the change because it's not the change that you envisioned.
Oh well, ultimately, I believe the world and nature itself is not something that is stagnant. However, change must be there, and we shouldn't be afraid of change. At some point, we must just, and everybody do agree that there must supposed to be change. So change is inevitable. Change must be there. It's what matters is everybody ready for that change. And however, that there's supposed to be a person who must lead that particular change. And I took the courage and stance to say, if I need to see that change, it has to start with me. Hence, I've started and I've done so. Yeah.
Okay, I think we jumped the ship a bit, ne? Are shape rewinding yana, and maybe two people Baba saying for a Phenyo Thakadu ki mang, and why is Phenyo Thakadu saying he has the ability to do 1, 2, 3 kakas? Maybe give us a brief history in politics and your activism for it. What and where do you want to see yourself in the future as an activist, as a politician?
Oh well, Phenyo Thakadu born bred and battered Mogwase, born Mogwase clinic, schooled Mogwase, all of my life kipulumile Mogwase. Now going to varsity, kikeni go politics in varsity, but Mogwase never left my mind. Then whatever I learned ko varsity, I brought it back home. Kibona Mogwase dilapidating, moving from itself, going to its shadow self. Then I took it upon myself to say, I must be the change that I want to see Mogwase. That's why my activism started Mogwase. And majority of people would say Phenyo is a politician. I'm not a politician, and I want to clarify it live on this platform to say Phenyo is an activist who loves his hometown and want to see hometown high somewhere up there.
What is for like activism came for it? What
activism
does that mean?
For me, activism is somebody who is conscious about whatever is happening around him or herself and taking action upon whatever is happening around there. So on my case, Mogwase was dilapidating, Mogwase being a native Mogwase, and I said, but this has to start with me. What am I supposed to do? That's the reason that gave birth to my activism. Activism, I think, is, in short, we just say, is an agent of change.
Sure.
So, in short, I would say I'm an agent of change, trying to realize that particular change that is needed. In a nutshell, yeah.
So, people like us, maybe I shouldn't say people like me.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the whole system of activism, politicians. I accept the reality the way it is. Yeah, I'm a very skeptical person. Like, I don't vote. None of that. Like, I do not do that. And most of it is because people have promised me things. A lot of people with the right energy, the right words have promised me things, and then they get in a position of power, and I don't see that type of energy anymore. So when you talk to people like me, what is the message when you talk to people like me who feel like I've heard this before? It's not helping.
I think it's good. First of all, me and you come from the same hood. Me and you are affected by the same things. Now, going back to your statement, you say you're a bit skeptical. But the issue is your actions. What have they given birth to at the end of the day? Do they contribute to the upliftment how at the end of the day? Or is it about you as an individual to say, I'm okay at the end of the day? It doesn't matter who have lied to you before, but at the end of the edge that is within you, what you do about it at the end of the day. Let us forget the past, but whatever you feel, the edge that you feel inside, the burning desire, at the end of the day, what is it that you want to see happening in your kasi? So I believe you should have an interpersonal meeting with yourself to say, my actions, do they contribute to the progression, or do we still continue to stay stagnant?
So
Okay, one thing. What's the one thing I'm interested in? based on potso ya
Mike.
offense. Based on potso ya offense. When I personally pay, like you said, that's what I say one. So Lena, I've seen your journey. Ne? I've seen you going through the ranks, seen your activism, and I've seen you struggle through it. So that's something that a lot of stories are the activists that will be with Hadagason, the come up, the challenges,
There's a come
the
up.
things you have to.
Like, do we have like
Okay,
profitable
the come up
activists?
is the wrong word.
Oh, activists come up.
I'm on the come up.
I'm trying to do this activism shit. Like,
Okay,
is that
well,
okay?
You have a story. It's not all rosy. So maybe tell us the challenges and the hurdles that you have to face in your journey. How Sufi you're still going through it. So I think we should talk about that side as well. Activism is a selfless thing. How we nakhane o nakhana everyone else, but we need to know your story as well, what you're going through. Yeah, if you don't mind sharing a bit, Jorge. How's that?
Yeah, I don't know where to start. But like I said, my activism actually started back in varsity. I've been a casualty, lady strike, part of the Feast Must Fall, cabal, thing in South Africa. I was part of the planning committee. Back to Kasi, led the youth league, led SASCO at the provincial level, at the regional level as well. Kagenaku politics of the ruling party, served there as well. But however, in activism, in short, is a very difficult journey. I would say, like you say, my journey is a very difficult journey. But I don't want to name it a journey. I would say it's something I feel like it was something that I was born to do. It's
a calling.
It's part of a calling, not a journey per se. It's in my DNA. So some of the things I get it as frustrations or challenges, but however, it's on anything because of you work with people, like OFENTIC was saying. People have come before, promised things, and they never delivered. We got those people because some people join there with different interests. You understand?
Before you go on, just what makes you different from those people?
Patriotism, and loyalty to your people. I think there's and this has been something that has kept me going. Whether you get frustrated or not, because here we're dealing with different people. Like I said, mafias are there. People who are like me equally are there. It's not like I'm the rose amongst the garden. There are people who believe in what I believe in. I've worked with people who believe in what I believe in, and there are those who are contrary to what we believe in. You understand? So I wouldn't say the journey was difficult. It was just a learning curve for me and sharpening me.
And what is that? Like, what do you believe in? What is that?
I believe in, I would say, a democratic community. People living as they're supposed to be living. People shouldn't be worrying about even little things. I mean, unemployment leads to poverty. Why should people be poor? You understand? Whereas God has given us everything that we need. But because of we have channeled our minds to say somebody must come and do 1, 2, 3 for us, we find ourselves in this state. So I want people to be who they are.
Do you personally believe that democracy is working for us as a country?
It's two-sided. It's two-sided. If it was ought to be as it is, I think it would be working for us. But at the current state, I wouldn't say it's working for us. But hence I'm saying it's both ways. It can work for us if it is properly implemented, I would say.
So tell me, what's the problem? According to you, what's the problem? What are we doing? What are the leaders doing wrong? What are you guys doing wrong?
I think the question should be, what is everybody doing wrong? This thing must start from within. What am I doing wrong? OFENTIC said he chose not to participate. You understand? But what is the circumstances or the results of that particular action, omitting to participate? It clearly says, there's a saying that says, nature does not allow a vacuum. Space will always be closed. When I omit to do something, something closes that. Now you find that that thing that closes that, it's something that is negative. Now it bears to negative energy, negativity, and that's where we are now. So I say, the question should be, what am I doing as an individual first before I point finger to the second person?
Sure.
This thing has to be done by everybody as a collective at the end of the day. If we can be at that state of mind where everybody now is aware of what is supposed to be done by him or her, we'll be talking a different story. So now for me at this moment, it says we need to deal with the mindset of the people before we can even talk about anything that is out there.
And I think we've had this convo. It's just that with us, it's always very specific to what we do. Remember when I said we need to change the mind of the consumer?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And again, kind of what's the English word? Rebuttal.
Sure.
I'm skeptical by choice. I'm skeptical, and I believe in a lot of real talk. That man,
Who's that man?
Musi,
My guy.
I believe in that man so much and what he says, and I agree with that.
He was supposed to be.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's
with
doing
a lot of what he says.
Yeah.
I believe. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's a danger to thinking the way people like him think. And I've always protected myself to not make people aware that I think the same way. See,
What's the danger?
you could die.
Are you afraid to die? Are you afraid to die?
Yeah, for other people, I am.
Okay.
I'm a selfish motherfucker. That's why I'm a rapper. Like, they does not get selfish, yeah, is that a word?
Yeah.
Than that.
From today,
it's a choice, and of which you guys took that choice already. I'm willing to die for what I believe in. I'm not willing to die for what I believe in. It might make me feel it makes people uncomfortable for me to say that, right? But it's the truth. I'm a selfish man, and I will not die for what I believe in because I want my life to have like longevity for my daughter. And if I could teach my daughter these things in secret, or it's stealth mode for me, I think the revolution must be stealth mode. Because it's not cool anymore to say fuck white people. It's not, it's not cool. It's uncomfortable for everybody, and we need, for me, the stealth mode. To don't let them don't make them aware we're coming. That's my thing.
That notion has contributed to where we are now.
It
I mean, learning from
you see now I fucked it up because I said it on camera. Now people know.
The people are gonna know.
The people are gonna know now. But I don't think I made the point. I believe in that man, and I saw your ideas via that man because how about with Momo Facebook. We're not going to share. And I read these things and I'm like, I agree with this guy.
These are my peeps.
But I will not like big it up for real because that is not a struggle I chose to have. You understand? You being an activist, you chose that struggle.
But you know what? I took you as an activist, a creative activist of some sort.
Yeah, with the arts, I'm very passionate.
Yeah. And we had a conversation with my friend there. Authentic must lead the struggle, creativity high of some sort. Share the message with what he knows best. We chose our struggle, you chose your struggle. But somewhere or the other, after your narrative, I feel that we're on the same boat. Do what you do best. Let us do what we do best. Yeah. The ultimate objective is what matters.
I'm contradicting myself, because right now we have a platform where I'm putting you and your ideas, but I'm saying I don't want to be public about it.
Yeah, like Phenyo, right? We roll in different
ways.
Fields,
yeah,
like roll more medicine on the ground in the air, but the mission is the same. So
yeah. So going back to my long ass point, are you not afraid to die for this?
Nope, I'm not afraid to die. I'm ready to die.
Because that was my point.
I'm ready to die.
It's very few people I realized will die for this.
And I'm chicken, Joe.
Just
for my
Moose is willing to die for this.
Sure.
And I saw you, I'm like, this nigga is willing to die for this.
I'm
Yeah.
ready to die for my dears, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
how much are you guys getting paid if you're willing to die for this? Like
People die for
me,
free, right?
Like why?
But the cameras, they can see. No money, zero budget. Our beliefs, our commitment to the struggle is what is pushing us.
Sure.
So
What happens when you revolutionarism? What happens when money comes into your life? Because money is gonna come in. 100,000. Are you like what happens? What
are you genuinely
you
gonna
just
think
did
about the
this? You just did this.
And before you answer, who what need money changes situations, and honest when you do answer.
Yeah, because not personally, no money is gonna change me.
I will tell you like a better power ball I'm not the same rooks that you know.
and now what thing ke dream ka powerball.
I know some of so we know.
Personally, ke dream ka powerball.
Mo batho ba mo rata nyugu, right?
Blind.
Mashilo ba ka ntwela.
However, as to how you use your money, ke yone tsa gore distinguish or differentiate us. But although re nyaka nyugu kaofela.
Sure.
But talking about the issue of money, you know, there's a quote there, Thomas Sankara. He said the hand that feeds you is the hand that controls you. So Rona, in our activism, we are very skeptical now coming to money or receiving money. Yes, we have had calls immediately after in Baga on the struggle or this struggle journey that we do Mogwase that you guys are aware of. Rehanne, solely based on that, we do not want to be controlled. We feel our struggle that we engaged in. Everybody hora abe sharpo so that everybody is at I call it a carrot donkey approach.
Sure.
You know, to the mind of the donkey, it thinks a carrot, but it is somewhat to the destination, not that it's in donkey. But at the end of the day, who's happy, who's not happy? We want to create an environment where everybody's okay. Whereas, how an artist recreate a conducive environment for everybody, you'll be able to excel, not depending on anybody. So that is what we anticipate and what we want to reach at the end of the day. No money involved. However, we do acknowledge money is needed, but we took a conscious decision to say, let us create money the way or the best way we can create it. Resa koloti anybody any favors. Because no money into with the sole purpose of expecting something at the end of the day. We do not want to find ourselves in that situation. So basically, in short, where we are, money power-ups. However, general let's go na go Mogwase rata nyogo anenyaga nyogo le.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like your speech was the you know how politicians come in. They said a very conscious
I told you I'm not a politician, my God.
And at the end they say, but we need the money.
So how not any political ambition?
Wait, first of all, I think political affiliation. Who do you affiliate to?
I don't understand.
Vote Dalama.
Ke votela Phenyo Thakadu.
Oh, so independence is the way.
I'm an independent candidate. Even now, moving towards the local government election, I'll be contesting as an independent candidate, representing my peeps, representing my hometown, Makai.
Recent in the election, I saw you. Are you happy about the results? And why not? If you are not happy, and if you are, why?
I'm not happy. Like I said on what we said before. The organization I was affiliated to, they call it a broad church. It welcomes everybody with different interests. Now those groupings, every groupings wants to advance their own interest with whatever means necessary. Now the process you're referring to, I felt that the people who are running those processes do not have love for the hometown Yarin. And they robbed us in those processes. There was maladministration in those processes. And the results thereof, we do not succumb to that. Hence, we took a conscious decision to say, we rather opt to go out of this organization and go represent our people as independent candidates.
So what are you not happy about? I don't get it. What?
The processes themselves. They do not reflect the interest, the rights, and the needs of our people. It clearly, out of the results themselves, they portrayed the interest of a certain groupings at the end of the day. That did not cover our own people. And the organization on its own, what we have been taught in the organization is we must advocate for the needs, the rights of the people. Now, if you omit the people and you put in ourselves, that's where the problems actually comes. And we've been subjected to that. Now we need to put a full stop to that. And what was to be done? The question was, what is it that needs to be done? We had to take a conscious decision to say, this is another approach that we must take.
So basically, there was an election, and then you lost.
Yeah, I lost my election.
And then you better, and then you're not. I'm just listening. But
no, wait, hold up. You might be kidding, but that's a fair point. Yeah. Like, people legit think you are just bitter. And what do you say to
in
that?
Every contestation? I think that's what people say.
Yeah.
Not understanding the depth of the entire issue.
Are you bitter?
So I'm not bitter.
Why?
If I was bitter, I think I would have moved out of Mogwase.
Yeah.
If I was bitter, I would be crying. If I was bitter, I would be talking, some other things about
not happy.
And for me, part of the
understand?
reason why I wanted to do this is because I want you to clarify why you weren't happy. Because, like I said, I'm sorry for doing this.
Are you happy?
I keep referring
are
to
you
Musi,
happy?
but this is what I'm trying to say. If you and Musi were to run for an election, and then the choice is between the two of you, and he wins, I don't have a problem. Or if you win, I don't have a problem. So clearly, by horror on a problem, the candidate they win. Because if he carried your ideas, it wouldn't be a problem. Am I wrong?
You're wrong. That's your opinion, and you're welcome to have your opinion.
Like the candidate that won, do you and him have the same values? And do you not trust them with the future of our town?
It's not about the candidate who won.
Yeah.
Basically. It's about ours were questioning the processes. Because me engaging in that particular contest, I knew there has to be a winner. Sure. And the winner does not say it has to be me at the end of the day. But the process themselves. Now we need to question the product of the process that was run, irregularly. That's where we are. It's not about
makes sense.
The person who won. The person who won is my friend. We talk. There's no bad blood between us. But our questioning is the process.
Do you trust them with the future of the town?
The guy.
The person who won.
I've engaged with the guy. I've worked with the guy before. We have shared ideas. I don't have a problem with that. But I have a problem of him being the product of the process that was irregular. That's where we
trust
are.
him?
Do you trust
I
him?
do. I think.
So what's the problem?
If
then?
if he had the balls to stand and say I want to be a contestant, and obviously he won. It says I'm supposed to be trusting him. There are people who trusted him. I mean, he won with 78 votes. I won with 77. We need to equally to question the 78 people who voted for him. Understand? So he's capable at the end of the day. It's not that he's not capable. By me questioning the irregularity of the process.
You got beef with the process.
The process.
Not
No,
yeah, but that
not the
that does not still it still doesn't answer the question.
What was the question?
Do you
trust them with the future of the? Because I feel like
you spoke about democracy. In democracy, there's what we call about.
I get his point.
Democratic centralism.
Okay.
Now, when the majority has decided on a particular issue, but however, personally, like I said, I've worked with a guy. A guy is my friend. I equally trust him. Yeah.
You know why I get his point. It's a situation where right now, both candidates can give us the results we want. But if we allow that process to be unjustified, one day in the future, it's going to be two candidates. One we don't want and one we want. And the other one could be wrong. And they could manipulate the system the same way. So he's trying to say, let's not set precedents of the wrong thing.
Sure.
Even if we agree with who wins at the end of the day, if we set this precedence right now, in the future, we will not be able to say this was wrong when we actually disagree with who wins. But the other guy's not that bad. What happens when the other guy is that bad? I think that's what the point. When I said I got it, I realized that's what he's trying to tell me. You cannot be happy with an unjust system just because for now it's not that bad.
For example, let's say you want a TV,
Yeah.
right? Objective is a TV.
Mm.
Now I go steal Roxy's TV, sell it to you. Issue is you want a TV, right? You an option now you can go to the shop and buy a TV. Understand? Now, when I have talked about TV, Roxy wal, because I stole a TV from Roxy, are you going to say you don't care because of at the end of the day you got a TV or what?
Me?
Yeah.
Personally? I don't give a shit. I got my TV.
Up until it happens to you.
Yeah,
Up until they take your mama's TV.
Yeah, but it's cool. At
Now
that
here-
point, I'm happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he was speaking about the precedents. Is it cool when you're not affected, or is it cool when you're affected at the end of the day?
Oh,
Or are you going to wait for the situation to happen directly to you or not?
And I think that's the mentality we have generally. Hore. There's a lot of problems in the country.
Brooks,
as
what
long-
is that thing where it's always what until they start shooting your own people?
I do not know that one.
I don't remember that. Like, you know when you watch the news and Afghanistan 1, 2, 3, it's never an injustice until they start shooting your own people.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I was trying to say. So, Honalung, it looks like that will never happen to us. Nagana kwa, you know.
Yeah, but in the
You see,
meantime, I'm
that's
good,
a-
bro.
Yeah, but that's somebody's reality. And if you don't fight for that person's reality, when it happens to you, it's
Who must
tough.
fight?
Who must fight?
Who must assist you?
Chances are in it.
Like, okay, yeah, cool, I get it. Y'all
Yeah.
deal with a whole lot of shit. Like, y'all deal with so many people. What does that do to your mental health? I'm just thinking about it. What does?
Yeah.
What do you think about your own problems? Like, do you have
Because
your own problems? Because you deal with the whole
you
lot.
guys look depressed as fuck. I don't want to lie. Ain't no swag.
We are depressed.
Yeah, that's the. I wanna activism. Swag. Wait.
Like,
I've never seen an activist with six Hennessy bottles and champagne. All of y'all drink gardens. So like,
y'all are always mad. Y'all are always fighting.
We call that the Marxist coffee, man.
Like, what does that
What-
do to your mental
why
health?
do activists never buy verb? Like, that's a genuine question.
We can't afford, man. We told you money is
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah.
Well, it does affect us most of the time.
Mm.
Yeah, ke ka mo re bonang Phenyo e tsubela go ka si yona no Phenyo ne wa tlhaloganya dilo tse di so.
Yeah.
But it does affect us, and I think yone issue of mental health Otaga, it does affect everybody. It's one of part of struggle se re leng engage mo go sone. Not only activism ya ka sia how, like I said, how do you deal with the people before you conscientize your own community? A community is built out of people. Now we need to prepare the mindset of our people. Understand? Then we find ourselves itself is depressed. Understand? That's why Lerona as products are depressed. But haro enjoy that thing hore moha si ki pleka batho ba depressed only depressed itself. But based on your question on what you have asked me, I was depressed.
Sure.
At some point, Nabila I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety disorder. Ki khono dila ka yone on our own ways. As part of the dealing ka yone ko ka sia rona, we started an organization called Ramat. Yeah, raising awareness on male anxiety and depression. Elong gore with this organization ne re dila ka cycling makai. Pay for man. I mean, pay for lo go namela go morago ga fene la easy December time fene go morago. It's not a matter ke fene go morago fan. Ena le ntwe go etsa nyone as a human being. Ke ntwe le khono go realize ka yone. So we started this thing at the baskele. We cycled, I think it was, when was it, Musi?
2018. I think.
2018. 2018 we cycled from Rustenburg to Lesotho.
I got a song for you guys, ne? Song. When the song ends, I'm gonna shoot the video for it. I think we might need a new cable for this mic. Cable. Find cable there. I did a song. I think I had told. Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
It's probably in the car.
Sorry,
Or
sorry.
What
Sorry.
is that? Asyon, it's in the car. Baby kupaila to calling. Shit, I said baby.
Mara
on
wa
the
re
podcast.
ka- rola le
Yeah,
musi a le
uh,
go kgone
We'll
gore-
share
uh,
this one, Solange.
Shout out nyana uthaka.
So, my guy, I really didn't want to talk about Ramad because I did a song for it because I communicate better with songs because then you get to cry about it alone and just put the song out. You Gav,
Oh, uthaka.
you know where we've been, Maji.
Yeah.
Most people do not know what we went through in Joburg. Most people do not know that shit. You understand? And that is why I hate being passionate about a certain thing because it takes so much, Maji. You have from you as a man believing in something and saying, I will sacrifice everything for this shit. And it's cool when people see how JT ki DJ. They don't know. I know what he went through.
Yeah.
I know. You have my G. That's why I appreciate this, but I don't want that thing anymore. I don't want to believe in anything anymore. Like that takes me to that place of disregarding your health
Sure.
up here.
Sure.
So when I started becoming selfish and said, I'm going to focus on myself. No, that's why rap is on the side right now because I don't care about it.
Yeah. It took too much away
It
from
almost took my life and most people don't know. And I saw my brother struggle too.
me.
But most people don't know because Nuke was on Metro FM.
Yeah.
Why they tripping? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why they tripping? Because their song is on YFM. They're on Trace. They're on Channel O.
They're pop-
You don't understand. We feel stuck. That's depression. People don't. Depression is not. It's I feel stuck. I'm stuck.
Place,
Yeah.
dog. Like,
And everybody thinks I'm doing good, but I'm
Weird.
stuck.
Weird,
Yeah.
my guy.
You have. That's when I made that song, and that song has existed for so long, but I couldn't drop it because I was like, I wanna. When I shoot the video, at the end of the video, we gotta put the stats for male depression and put the logo there, but I couldn't do that because it was tough.
Right time, my guy.
It's tough now, my G.
Right time, my guy.
Oh, it's tough
Right
now.
time, my guy.
And I didn't wanna fucking be on the podcast and fucking cry about this shit. But because I know you are legit about this, you are legit. I could give you that, Maji.
Yeah.
I could give you my tears because you are legit. And I might not agree with everything you do, but I agree with looking out for other G's to get their mind space right. People do not know why I said I don't want to rap anymore. They don't understand. It's not that I'm not mad at the rap. I'm mad at the expectation of he's gotta do it. Wafisa Njak. When you put that expectation on me, it becomes something different. Because when I was rapping, it was a personal decision. I like this thing.
Yeah.
You
All of
have.
a sudden, everything changes, my guy. Now I got you, my guy.
Mara, why do you
Okay.
think it's so difficult to talk about depression, especially amongst Rona Majid? Kore re kgono nna Majida, so he's depressed, I'm depressed, you're depressed, but we don't know gore ra khabatega. Why do you think that's the case? Because I think you deal with such a lot as an activist in that field.
we were taught we were taught to be men about it. We were taught to be strong all the time, even though we were not. I'm not strong. I personally, I'm one of the weakest people you'll ever find. That's why most of the time when I say I'm going through a lot, it's a joke if I tell you this, that I'm going through a lot. It's funny because you're not going to believe it. And I say it in a manner, it's acceptable amongst the male community. You understand? I cannot just break down and lay out my problems because I was never taught to do that as a man, as a boy growing up. You
To
know,
man up.
ka Skala. And then I was told, they beat ML. Omonna ML.
Monna gae wa se ka.
You understand? That's why I asked you about your mental health, because I dealt with one thing. You dealing with people's problems. And you have to deal with your own on top of that. You know,
How do you do it, basically? This is tough.
Like I
How
was
do you
saying,
do
this
it?
was a cooling.
Yeah.
It just happens. But I do agree with JT
Yeah.
when he says the foundation of all this is from the society itself. I think that's where we must start.
What?
This element of depression.
Mm.
Umonna. But however, nako ka siaka ke blombile ko ka siaka. Ke shaparando gore 1212. Ke phela ke krama time mara. Well, unfortunately, nna ke godisitswe ke single parent. I think it's a not to say single parents are somewhere but big up to single ladies out there.
Sure.
However, my question was, why my time up phela le ku spotong? Because at some point, it legally ke bona motho le ka skaftini ku spotong.
Skaftin.
Yeah.
My God.
Like I got money. There's plasma kada, like they're good based on societal judgment. So is good.
Sure.
Like you say, he's raping, he's on trace, but nigga is battling his own battle out there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But this guy with our sharp, we don't ride a man TV.
Sure.
Then I realized this. I started to engage with this time as I realized, here's a problem. Hence, Real Ramad and say, because society again taught us to say, that's where we must start. You cannot start at the body. Once the head is rotten, the whole body will rot. That's where we should be male oriented. We should be those tall bearers. Relevant in society itself, there were programs like take a girl child to work.
Sure.
What about the boy child?
Sure.
You understand? Then we say we must take a stance as guys to say let us be there for our own brothers.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also
Mike, nigga.
how work at that time, man. Like I think the way we cope with mental health issues, I guess we were not taught at all. Like JT said, we were taught Omona deal with it. So one way we deal with it is through success. We think we must get success. So let me get this. Let me get a car.
And in most
Let me
cases,
get
we
an
lying
iPhone
to
12.
ourselves. In most cases, we'd find that you lying to yourself.
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
register. So that I look, at least to the outside world, I look good.
Yeah. But
But
you
at the end
badly-
of the day, you have
Yeah,
to deal with your
but
thoughts.
network can't be that real, man. I'm joking.
Take over.
Yo, actually, you know what? Somebody said this. First of all, I'm glad I'm back.
Yeah.
There's a point in my previous speech where I thought I'm about to jump in the pool and die. I'm glad I'm back. Somebody said battle rappers don't look that good.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say to this, activists look like battle rappers. Like y'all should start. Maybe let me ask you this: do you believe like activists should be wearing Gucci? Like, can you be an activist with swag?
For me personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because I take clothing or wearing as part of art. How do you express yourself? If wearing a Gucci is how you express yourself, let it be.
Okay.
Why should you be judged?
but you know, this thing what we wear and whatever, it's not, we're not being judged based on that. Yeah, it's like Rooks get better network, and then then it's me, I come through with Gucci. If I were to stand in front of the people and talk, like,
Can you be a man of the people when you're standing on the people?
bro, like, do you
But-
think they're gonna take Rook seriously or me, Gucci?
In most cases, I think that is sugar-coated fame.
Mm.
That is why it is not sustainable. O reka sefatlhego se se seng teng. I believe in you being real. Understand?
Yeah, but me wearing Gucci is real for me.
For you.
Mm.
And that has led to this mushrooming at the fake product. It can understand? And now you satisfying another element contrary to what you believe in. I want to put my message across. Now for me to be able to put this message across, I must do 1, 2, 3. Understand? Be who you are. I believe in, quality over quantity. I'd rather be listening to one person than fake 100 people who won't be even loyal to what we agree upon.
You know what I hate about the statement, be who you are? Because you tell me I should be who I am, and if I act in a certain way, oh my God,
Why, but personally, why do you need satisfaction from somebody to confirm who you are?
it's not
You know who you are. Whether JT believes in who I am, it doesn't matter. JT has his own opinions about me. Why should I entertain that? I'm me. This is me. I'm happy with me. Everybody's got an opinion out there about you.
So you as an activist, you don't you care about what I think of you?
You don't need to think about me. You need to think about what I say most of the time.
It's too much with these activists and their
Most of
rebuttals,
the
man.
time, that's what I believe in.
It's too much, I know.
Right.
Think about what you want, not me. I got yo, eish,
Big up, Buffett.
Ejo, like Phenyo.
Yeah, man.
I feel like Mogwase. Hey, Mogwase, it's difficult, man. For Mogwase, we are not ready to talk about these things, and that's why I always get scared for people like you, because I'm like, I hope at the end of the day that you are aware that Mogwase is not ready to have these convos. Mogwase is very naive. Very naive. Mogwase, I was booed off stage go Mogwase Stadium. I was like booed off stage. Go Mogwase
Bottles,
Stadium.
they threw bottles.
They threw bottles at me. Go Mogwase Stadium.
Yo, home,
And
nigga.
the same people 2 months later,
Nigga, you dope.
nigga, you dope. I'm like, why did you throw cans at me then? So like they're not ready. They don't understand. They don't understand that Roy has been Roy for how many years. And we were supposed to big this guy up. We were supposed to have his back. And it's not just Roy. It's a sin for me to make it about rap. How many Park with sports? Phenyo, Musi. How many people can we mention right now that the city should have not the city, the town should have protected, and they did not. They did not. Right now, this man is trying to keep our town in a like, yo, let's be accountable. Let's do this. And I'm not saying he's the candidate I would have voted for. I'm just saying people like him are not protected. It's too much judgment and it's too much. You know, it's too much of that.
Yeah.
And then the danger of that, we end up having people that really jambale one for real.
Like you said, vacuum.
Vacuum. Yeah, actually, like you said.
Ish, my guy,
Yeah.
like you say, Mogwase, problem is, I do agree, the mindset of the people of Mogwase. But on my speech, on our contestation, I said, social cohesion is the problem, Mogwase. Once you see yourself not being able to greet your own neighbor, but you are able to greet somebody 5 houses away from, what does it say? Now that's the characteristic, Mogwase, and that's the thing that that's the enemy, Mogwase. Mogwase has got it all. I was speaking with Musi. You spoke about Park, you spoke about Roy. I know Roy from Tsakasi, Tsakasi, the first music video locally produced. We've got Botato Khatlani. States, Gates. We have such people. We're not celebrating such people, understand? So it was our belief. Nabile part of my concept, they get a counselor. Can establish the community awards, my guy. Let us create a platform to celebrate these people. Now maybe people are not aware, maybe people are ignorant, you know. That's why they don't know these people that we have from Kasi. But they choose, and again, Okono choose to celebrate as somebody from another hometown. Whereas we've got somebody who's doing the very exact thing, but you fail to celebrate such people. So, but then in terms of human capital, Mogwase is there, my guy. And Skrata Mogwase. And as part of Kere Mogwase must shine. To celebrate such people, to say we've got people as well, we've got things as well, we've got institutions as well. Kika guys in a airport, for example, my guy, to even celebrate such or no feta fela Rasan City. You understand?
But how do we fix that? I guess the awards is maybe the first step to doing that. How do we fix the disunity that we have in this community, especially amongst the youth? kore ra itse gore gona le Roy, gona le Park, gona le Offensic, gona le Phenyo, but re itse in silos. How do you get us together to recognize, appreciate, and celebrate that actually? Gore gone move forward collectively.
Social cohesion and collectivism. Like I was saying,
like practically,
practically,
how do we practically do that?
Practically, I'm not a hip hop fanatic, but I do attend the hip hop. OFENTIC in Tonaka, see what rap, whether it's 12 o'clock midnight, I'm there.
Sure.
Understand? The gearing with the view is OFENTIC sing me, I'm here. And equally, if it's a meeting, I'm expecting OFENTIC to be there.
Sure.
Understand?
Sure.
That's where we start. OFENTIC, like I say, it's an activism. I've had his products before. If OFENTIC got a message or answer through
music,
his expertise will be able to carry this thing forward. So now my issue is I'm saying let everybody come on board and everybody do what they do best.
Sure.
Understand? So that we are able to achieve this. Because everybody's aware this is what we want, all of us. With different avenues.
We've been talking about you a lot. It's a lot that's wrong about our town. But I know you have your own ideas, so tell the people what you think.
What we think.
Yeah.
Basically, we took time to think and research Mogwase. You can see what strategically it was meant to be a beacon. Now, in terms of establishment, other townships under Putazwan were established before Mogwase. Now, Mogwase, there's a road between between President Delim. When we look at it and research it tells us what it's a BRT. The rest of the country is only speaking about it now, 27 years later. Wow. So, while Dilo is doing as well, the economy was centered around tourism, lady fame, and mining, even though we do not have mines as Mogwase. Now, when you look at Mogwase, Kimuruleng to Kengwa, north, to the north, Kimuruleng, west, Pianisbeck, east, Budirelo Industrial Park. Now, it says to you, Mogwase, it's all late. Now, go Muruleng Malidi mine, they say Bakhat. Koramokoka, Malidi mine, they say Bapalan. Kolita Habali mine, Obare Bagubu, Kochaning, Gidi mine, Barbafugi. So now Mogwase, Mohari plays okay. They've got their own primary economies, economic industries, they push on growth. We do not have. The level that we're supposed to have under control out towards Mogwase. In most cases, even we put at northwest, from out of northwest. So now we had to think in terms of growth. Mogwase mistake. You've got about over 50 years. You've got 40, you've got 30, you've got 20. Now we are aware if we do not change the cycle, it means about 20. They're gonna end up 50, but not hence we took a resolution for a phase. Simply busy guy on it, but what we know once the like issue because the fats is the first thing. The issue from there we go to economy. Sorry. Now in the Reba inform we are coming. Reba inform we are coming, and they should be prepared for a herd of water carabo. They should have. When we make recommendations, they should act. So the problem, like he said earlier on, okay, let me put it this way. There's going to be 70 people now, which are what councillors in the PR. Mogwase is a cluster, Mogwase, what 33, 35, and 13, including Mabelapudi. That means at any given time, the what councillor D3, the PRA, they could be more, but realistically speaking, they have to be 3 as well. So, but Tomo has about cancelling 64 other people from villages across Moses Kotan. These are people belong. They've always said and maintained Momo has a retarded special. There's nothing special about us. Why? because as the only township, but feel like we were Mangope's favorite people. But forgetting the same villages. So if anything more has a United States of Moses Kotan.
Sure.
So now these people go cancelling. They make decisions along the disadvantage of Mohas even further. That's why now we said okay, because politically I wanna move over it's against Rona. We therefore have to establish what we call residents association. Point being, you find a ward council, a late traditional council. Momohas, you only find a ward council. Traditional council means the responsibilities are on. It's a long hurry. Momohas the under Maspala for Rona. Now I want a Maspala Riveragaya. It's against the people. So establishment a residents association, the intention if anything Renel Maspala go called, remove go call. Meaning multiple cases at once if possible. But the idea at the end of the day, the people must have control their direction because those in charge, they come, they go. For the past 10 years, I'm really active. We met about 100 people, but they decided our future without us.
Yeah. You know what? You're gonna run independent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for you because we have you on camera saying you're gonna do better.
Yeah.
Better is coming.
Just for that. And then if you don't do better, then we have this footage to say the cycle continues.
It's not even a matter of choice.
Yeah.
Like you said, on Haluba depression. We see it everywhere we go because we are able to diagnose you because we know the symptoms.
Sure.
So now everywhere you go, Mohaze in its own, you're depressed because of Ristagili. You have to move out of your hometown so we're trying to change that narrative from now. We don't really have to go anywhere.
How do you feel because you just bought a house?
Man.
You moved out the hood.
I don't live there.
Yeah, I live in time, my fate too. I'm sorry.
No, you're gonna come back.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Definitely. For now, stand on these pages one time. Wait till you. It's very hard to have serious people on this show because we make a lot of jokes. You guys, you made me cry, dog. You made me cry.
Yeah.
Trey, you better not edit out my tears, man. Let's. How long have you been on? An hour now.
Nah, I'm covered.
I don't know what I can. If I say wrap it up, I know you can never. I've been with you. Road to life, you know what I'm saying? There's people right now that are 50-50 about you guys. They are 50-50. Then they look at Phenyo like, oh, like I want to say. And then there's people that are 100% fuck your niggas. You understand? So, in this closing minutes, let's try get one person
from the other side.
That is 50-50. Let's try get one person that is 50-50. Tell that person right now. I'm not saying wrap it up, but I'm saying one guy. We at the least we should convince one guy to listen to us right now. Let's do that.
Okay, in short, o tshabile go bua ka genele motsa gore that he trust the candidate e winning. And realistically speaking, the thing we worked with him ka issue landless, and we told him le Phenyo last year the elections and Hedita we should have a story. So currently we have a story. However, now personally I'm not comfortable because of he seems to be more circling in than Rona. And now Rona we are for the people of Mohas. And I give the if so I don't know what there is. However, we've got a better story than anybody at this point.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Phenyo.
The 50-50 guy. Mine is very simple. mfe chance, then you'll judge me later. Afford me an opportunity, then you'll judge me later. I think that's my parting shot. Because convincing a buyer, man. A buyer. So I don't want to convince you. I want you to take my hand and take this journey. Fela. Realize I'm sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Guys, now I enjoyed this episode. I did more listening than usual because because like I said, Pilari were not on this podcast for once, nearly serious. And what I took away from today is that our change mentality wa gore, if it doesn't affect me, I'm not gonna participate. Because one day it is gonna affect you. So to our audience, to community Mogwase and everyone else listening to this podcast, are changing our mentality. Participate and be the change you want to be.
Yeah, and I register.
Yeah.
We must register to vote.
Yeah.
Let us change the narrative.
Yeah.
Let us equally own this product collectively. So, man.
Sure.
JT, what do you have to say now that we're not talking about fuckboy shit?
First of all, when I started this podcast, I didn't want to talk about bitches. Y'all thought I want to talk about bitches. I wanted to learn, you know. So every day is a learning curve. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go as hard. I'm sorry, I'm not convinced. I'm not. I'm not gonna go out there and register to vote. Not now, because I haven't seen the change that you guys are talking about. For me, that's a personal thing. I'm not saying other people shouldn't. I'm not saying that they shouldn't believe in you guys. I haven't seen the change. Maybe I was a little ignorant, but I'm gonna say what I'm gonna be more vigilant. Go sheva, and then from here forth, this is a step that I'm taking. Go sheva, and then I'll be good. I'll be good when I'm ready. I'll be good.
Yeah, I think I'm with you with that. I bear in mind, I agree with most of the things that were said here, but I'm still on that. Let me watch, just for a bit. Let me watch. Let me satisfy myself, and well, let's put the activism aside. The most important thing for me today, mental health, Buffett.
Sure.
That's a more important struggle. Like fuck what cancel and all that. That one you should never give up, because people will die.
Basically, issue endless. That's part of addressing issue of depression, because we've got siblings. There is a visa in Marban Bashara space.
Aha.
They are forced.
Got you.
And Corona made things worse.
Sure.
It was a catalyst. That's why remove level 4 reclaim.
Sure.
And the age group we should be good standing there. There's no logical explanation for why that on its own is depressing. Now every form of depression after also has been regressive for 27 years. It's depressing on its own as well. So depression you don't even know how depressed clinically so diagnose how why is one you can never even say everything again.
Sure.
And Mutota could diagnose based on what you told her or has however. Momo has said, what I want to make it clear. Momo has said we live below the poverty below the poverty line. Now we still have people who think they are above. That there is a problem as well.
Sure.
Now, how Shabella Lohana has who empty Mudistrating. How is available? There's various reasons why, but brutally. It is Banyana have convinced society to Basogola less than Mauti. In reality, you've got Musa Sabereke, once in a Valogara Kolo Hotel Copa short at the pet. Has a great short at the pet on the Majarating. Could you tell Grady Tarmoto had a same thing goose come out. We also have Pagalator 5 bob. 5 bob. Or what a 250 why now what's the longer almost 5 bob almost around Tomohana the center, but because of Utaro more lining was a malway. So such things you don't know the other ones unless we act and there is a change long term wise. We will always be here otherwise.
This is our Our revolution is this podcast, Buffett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our participation.
Mm.
We might not be on the streets with you guys. We might not be on the floor with you guys, and we might not agree with you guys.
Sure.
But at the least, we should give you a platform to say, hey, this is what we say. And on that note, Rooks, I would love to like appreciate this.
Everything. Yes.
I think this on its own is changed. The fact that we are shooting for Manyane.
Sure.
Basically, we are activists, right? Rooks, I feel like usually Jay would wrap this up.
Yeah.
But I feel like because you got us here, my G, you should wrap it up. Thank the people that you need to thank.
So much pressure. Anyway. Thank you to the marketing department at Manyane Resort. They were so helpful in us getting here. It was a comfortable welcome. And from now on, the podcast they shoot in our different resorts and show what we have. Mogwase. So thank you for you guys coming through, Hape. Thank you for sharing your vision, your mission. Thank you for being vulnerable, Lerona. Thank you for making OFENTIC cry. That was a special moment. So that, like I said, I enjoyed this podcast. I learned a lot. Forward, guys. Let's be activists in our own way as well, and go vaccinate, guys. Register.
Don't put your propaganda from the government here, Chief.
Like a political.
To our viewers that don't want to vaccinate, don't vaccinate. And to our viewers that want to vaccinate.
All right. Tell everybody that Rooks, JT, and OFENTIC podcast too.
Subscribe, guys.
We out. Phenyo, thank you. Musi, thank you. Beautiful shit. Let's go.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Shit. Gang. Yo. What's up? Yeah. Let's run up.